Thank you for coming. My name is Alan Cross. I have been with CFNY The Edge, whatever, since 1986. And we started talking about this thing 10 years ago. We started in production somewhere around 3 years ago, and it's finally done. And you are the first people outside of the production team to actually see this thing. We and me and him and Scott Turner, another longtime CFNY person, started talking about this thing 10 years ago. And Ivor was the one that really helped get the ball rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, the original music director of The Edge, Ivor Hamilton.
Thanks so much. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. I'm going to put Barry, it's okay to put my glasses on for a second. I got a bunch of people I want to thank. First of all, I just want to talk, during the making of this, a number of people passed away that we lost. So I had a conversation with the late Jim Reed, JR. So he passed away about a year and a half ago. And he said to me just before he passed away, he said there's two things in life that he wasn't going to see before he passed. The first one was the Leafs winning the Stanley Cup. And the other was the CFNY documentary. And I said, I told him that was okay. No one was ever going to see the Leafs win the Stanley Cup. And that at least the CFNY documentary was going to happen. So after 10 fucking years, we're here. I want to thank the EPs, Barbara Hall, Chantel Jackson, Alan Cross, and Scott Turner. Matt Campana from Highball Entertainment for listening to us when it mattered, and TVO for believing, and I know you're all going to tell your friends to watch it starting tomorrow night. Some people that couldn't be here, Merc Mercuriatis, Randy Lennox, and Mike Downey for giving us the invaluable advice when we needed it most. Some people that are here tonight that I'd like you to, once I mention your names, put your hand up or stand up. Catherine McRae and Warren Stewart. They helped us secure many of the artists on this film, both here in Canada and internationally. You might have heard of a place called The Record Peddler. Catherine worked at The Record Peddler back in the day. And she was the one who told us about a ton of music way back when, and of many of those imports that got on the air first. The late, great Howie Klein. He's in this documentary, one of America's greatest music execs, and we lost him on Christmas Eve. He was there at Ground Zero for the people who supported CFNY. Roger Powell, Roger Roadshow, for keeping that roadshow on the road and running for over a decade, and he did that with Martin Street back in the day, and I know Nicholas Pickless, who's here, is going to talk about Marty at some point in the film. Our director, Matt Schichter, he's sorry he couldn't be here. He was invited, but he now lives in Scotland, so that's understandable. This was his very first film, and he did a great job on it. I want to say also a big shout out to Brendan Canny from Broken Social Scene, who's here tonight. He scored the music on this. Brendan's still going to Broken Social Scene, and a new album. I'm excited to hear that. Two guys that we couldn't have done concert presentations without the two Garys. Toronto's greatest concert promoters who worked so closely with us to bring countless bands to Toronto and Southern Ontario. I'll never forget how great that first police picnic was out in Oakville in '81. The dive that was Larry's Hideaway, the last Pogo, the Edge at Church of Gerard, and many other places that they brought all of the concerts to. All of the artists, bands, and CFNY staff who appear in the film, and the ones who are here tonight who were also interviewed but didn't make the final cut. Sorry about that. We did the best we could, but we only had an hour. But thank you so much for being a part of it. I want to thank Rush. For writing one of the greatest enduring songs in the history of rock music. It's about this radio station. We're forever grateful. The guys are currently out of country getting ready for their first dates in over a decade. and they send their best wishes. David Marston, in particular, and he's here tonight, he brought the spirit of radio to life. The spirit's endured now for over 4 decades. Through NY The Spirit, Remembering the Spirit of Radio website, The Ongoing History of New Music, spiritofradio.ca, and now my podcast with Scott Turner, Music Milestones YYZ, or YYZ in this, the way what we call it. It was an honor to be part of the team back then in the late 70s and the 80s. And finally, I want to thank you, the listeners of CFNY, who supported the radio station and the music that changed people's lives and the people on the air. We couldn't have done it without you.